All right, this whole Artemis moon mission thing just got way more interesting with the recent discoveries that people have made between Mayim Bialik of Big Bang Theory and then Christina Koch of the Artemis mission, and they're absolutely striking similarities. Now here's just another side by side of a couple other photos here, just showing you that from all angles, they have just absolutely, like I said, striking facial similarities. The glasses, the hair, the forehead, nose, chin, you name it. It's all pretty much bang on. You would be convinced if you didn't know any of these people that they were the same person, if not sisters or twins. Now let's get even more interesting with the recent discovery that there was a Christina Koch, who is an actress who starred in Mad Max Fury Road. And just look at the picture of this person. Now, I'm not saying this is or is not NASA's Christina Koch, but I think it's pretty interesting nonetheless, considering we had comments like this by political commentators.
Tomorrow, this mission's going off. The 127th mission to the space station. Mike and Sonia, the two of the four American astronauts that are on that flight, they're right out of central casting.
Now, notice how he said 2 out of the 4 are out of central casting, which is just such a strange thing to be saying, talking about astronauts amidst all these conspiracies. But the second one that people are pointing out is Victor Glover, who looks like this guy who was in Fallout Season 1, Episode 1. Now, I personally don't know if I really subscribe to this. I'd have to look a little more into it, but I think it's really interesting that they put out this narrative on the news of 2 out of the 4 astronauts are a part of central casting. Then we have actors and actresses from central casting popping up in some very weird relations with these astronauts. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video, which is the decode. Is there any numerical synchronicities or patterns that we can point out between Christina Koch and Mayim Bialik that would seem to suggest that there is some sort of relation between them, or if not, they are one and the same person? Now, right off the bat, if you haven't seen my last video, be sure to check that out. I will have it tagged in the video link below here, but in that video, we were talking about Buzz Aldrin and how prominent of a Freemason member he was. He was a 33-degree Mason. He was very proud of that. As you can see in this photo here, rocking the one-eye symbolism with the 666 hand gesture, which is just very interesting considering that National Aeronautics and Space Administration equals 666. And people like to point out too how NASA is just one letter short of being Satan. And as we all know, NASA always says T-minus so-and-so time before liftoff. So isn't it just so goddamn coincidental that their 2 birthdays of Christina Koch and Mayim Bialik are exactly 6 years, 6 weeks, and 6 days apart? I mean, you guys cannot make that up. You cannot script this stuff. That is just an absolute insane synchronicity that is not a coincidence in my books at all. And just a reminder too, with that logo, like I was saying, with NASA being the T-short of Satan, just look at the little red stripe throughout it too. That's the serpent's tongue right there, right in plain sight. And let's not forget that the Hebrew word NASA, pronounced nasha, is primitive root verb meaning to beguile, deceive, or lead astray. And my God, are we not ever being led astray with these great deceptions? And speaking of deceptions, there's even more deception-based numbers within this decode. If we go in the same year from Mayim Bialik's birthday to Christina Koch's, they are separated by 10 months and 13 days. The number 113311 we have talked about as in extent on this page here. And as you see right here, this is why. All these numbers associated with deception, manipulation, green screen, fake reality, even the word lie, all comes back to 113, which is so fascinating that once again, we see that associated within this story around NASA, or should I say, Nasha, the deceiver. Now, if you guys also recall from my last video, the number 123 is very prominent when it comes to outer space and conspiracy in general, as the word outer space conspiracy equals 123, 123, and also 57 matching up with the moon, just like the date numerology that is under this that you can check out in my other video, like I said, linked below. All of these words and numbers have to do with outer space, conspiracy, and the moon. Even from Artemis 1 to Artemis 2's launch is separated by 1,233 days, which is fascinating because if we go from Christina Koch's birthday to Mayim Bialik's, it is 1 month, 2 weeks, and 3 days. Once again, just really fulfilling and fitting very neatly within this decode. Now, to really tie this all neatly together and finish this little decode I have presented here for you, if we go from Artemis 2's launch to the next birthday of Christina Koch, it is exactly 303 days after the moon mission started. And you guessed it. If we go from Mayim Bialik's birthday to the launch of Artemis 2, it is 3 months and 3 weeks exactly before the moon mission started on April Fool's, guys. I mean, come on, guys. April Fools. Like I said, guys, if you haven't seen the first video, be sure to check that out. Link below. It'll add a lot more layers of context to what we're describing in this, even though this decode itself is quite self-explanatory. The riddle just continues. It goes so deep. Numbers are everything. Letters are everything. It's all frequency. It's all energy. And these events take place on these days, I suspect, for specific energetic harvesting and getting specific emotional responses and reactions from the public on these specific portal days. This one being April Fool's Day, a day of deception and pranking. And like we said, NASA has its root, origin, in deception. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.